Weeks ago, I went to meet the band as they rehearsed for their 2006 European tour, and last night they played to thousands in Belfast's Odyssey Arena. But in an ever-evolving industry, how does a band like the Quo stay on top? The man to answer that question is Simon Porter. He's worked with the band for 20 years and managed them for 5.
My role is basically to maximise the earnings of the band and the potential of the band across touring, media, merchandising, films. You know, I mean, it's just a bit of everything, really. Quo are known as a working band, they're known as a touring band, and they tour anything between 5 and 6 months of the year, which is quite a lot for a band nowadays, but the touring side is an extremely important part of the whole revenue stream.
Simon reckons the band currently make at least 60% of their revenue from touring, 20% from merchandise sold on tour and elsewhere, 10% from sponsorship, and just 10% from record sales. Although touring is now the band's main source of revenue, they need to put up a lot of cash before they see any return.
This particular tour, you would be looking at around about £75,000 a week just to keep it on the road.
You might expect a band like Status Quo to have lots of demands like fine wine and lobster laid out at the rehearsals. Instead, they're keeping it gritty with instant coffee and a selection of biscuits. Touring is one of the most lucrative avenues for musicians today. Do you think it's a lucky coincidence that you like touring, or do you think part of why you like it is about the money?
Well, I think we like the money.
Yeah, I think we'd be lying if we said we didn't.
But touring has gotten more lucrative. It got to a point where it cost so much to tour years ago that it wasn't really, I tried to make money on records, but it got kind of silly. And things got more and more efficient. People got more budget conscious for obvious reasons. And it's become that way because of the way the business has got so many acts for making records and not really doing much else. And they realise that the record market's smaller now, so everyone likes to go and tour.
In the record sales as well, I mean, you can go to #1 now on 10,000, 12,000 sales. I mean, way back in the late 70s, the early 80s, I mean, we would sell 40,000 copies of a record in a morning, just to give you an idea of how things have changed with downloads and stuff like that. People are not, I don't think, so keen to go down the record shop anymore and listen to their favourite album, and I'll buy a copy of that. It doesn't work like that anymore. And it's all got computerised and beyond me now. I'm pleased we started when we did. What's your
What financial tips would you give to somebody starting out in the business today?
Don't do it.
That's the best advice we can give any band. Don't do it, because if they have the drive to get on and do it, they'll say silly old stuff. But if they don't have it, they'll take the advice. And
but really and truly go out and give it your all and be honest about it. And you do have to work very hard. And don't be surprised at the end of the day if you don't make it, because it's a cutthroat business these days.
And most people don't make it, let's face it. There's a very lucky few actually make it. And then after making it, just make it sustaining it. That was our biggest thing. And we realised when we were 18, 19 that a hit record wasn't a career, and we both wanted to last. We didn't want to be one of those acts. We really hated the idea of being a one or a two hit wonder. It's like, oh, can't be that.
So you've got to enjoy it while you're there, because you never know how long it's going to last. I mean, as we said earlier, we would never in a million years thought this would last for 40. If that makes any sense, but we did never think that. So really, if it lasts a week, which it can these days, go out and enjoy it. Have your week of fame and laugh and have fun.
Well, it's obviously lasted a long time for you guys. Good luck with the tour, and thank you very much.
I got to tell you, only our programme editor and director were born before Status Quo got together. And see, Graham, you asked me how old I was. I needed a calculator to work it out, and I thought that was just a sign of you're old when you need a calculator to work out how old
you're actually on the cusp, I think.
Just on the
round about the time.
I'm on the cusp.